Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss chapter number 2, basic financial statement, and the topic from which we are going to start business entity concepts. So let's start. Generally accepted accounting principles require that financial statement which describe the activity of a specific economic entities. This concept is called the entity principles. A business entity is an economic unit that engage in identifiable business activity. For accounting purpose, the business entity is regarded as separate from the personal entity for its owner. For example, a vagabond is a business organization operating as a travel agency. Its owner may have a personal bank account, homes, car, and even the other businesses. These items are not involved in the operation of travel agency, and it does not appear in vagabond financial statement as well. So if the owner were to commingle their personal activity with the transactions of the business, the resulting financial statement would fail to describe clearly what is the financial activity of the business organization. Distinguish business from personal activity and the owners may require judgmental of the accountant. In that case, if you involve your personal money, wealth, assets into the business, that means it will not give you a clear estimation and image of financial position of the business as well. That is why, therefore, it is mandatory to keep business entities separate from your personal assets. What do you mean by assets? In accounting, we usually use the word assets and liability. In our previous chapter, we also studied about assets and the liability when you was preparing balance sheet. Here, assets have three basic characteristics. So if you found these three basic characteristics in anything, you can consider that as a assets. Coming to the first point, economic resources. Anything which have a economic value, which have a money value, or that you can convert into money as soon as possible. It's maybe owned by the business. These assets or the thing must be owned and possessed by the business. If business doesn't possess or own that assets, or if this asset is not belong to the business, it cannot be considered as the asset for that particular business. Third, expected to benefit future operations. So if you are utilizing that asset or the things for your operations, it must give you some benefit in future. If there is no economic value of that assets, if the business is not owned that assets, or if there is no profit in the assets you will found, that means this asset is not actually asset need to be considered for that business. So always must check the economic resources you found in that asset. It should be owned by the business and it should be expected to give benefit in future. What is the cost principle in accounting? As we just discussed about the assets such as land, building, merchandise, and equipment are typical for many economic resources that are required in producing revenue for the business. The prevailing accounting view is that such assets should be presented in the financial statement because business must have acknowledgement how much wealth they have in terms of assets. When we say that an asset is shown at a historical cost, we mean the original amount of the business entity paid to acquire that assets. For example, if this is the year 2020 and you purchase a computer for your business in 2001, the amount you paid in 2001 to acquire that computer for your business considered as the historical cost. The amount may be different from what is would be to purchase, the same assets today or the amount that would be received if the asset were sold today. For example, let us assume that a business buy a tract of land for use of building site and paying 100,000 in cash. The amount to be entered in the accounting record for the asset, it will be 100,000. If we assume booming real estate market, a fair estimate of the market value of the land 10 years later might be 250,000. It may be possible. Although the market price or economic value of that land has risen greatly, the amount shown in the company account record as in its the balance would continue unchanged at the cost of 100,000. This policy of accounting of many assets at their cost is often referred to as the cost principle of the accounting. Exceptions to the cost principle are found in some of the most liquid assets, and that is assets that are expected to be soon become cash. Amount receivable from customers are generally included in the balance sheet as their net realization value, which is an amount approximates the cash that is expected to be received when receivable is collected. Similarly, certain investment in other enterprises are included in the balance sheet at their current market value if management plan include conversion of cash in the near future. Reading a balance sheet, it is important to keep in mind that the amount listed of many assets do not indicate the price at which the assets could be sold or the price at which they could be replaced. A frequently misunderstood feature of the balance sheet is that it does not show how much the balance a business currently is worth, although it contains valuable information is being able to calculate it such a value. So historical cost is the cost or is the money that anyone spent to acquire assets for the business, and it should be remain unchanged when we are preparing the balance sheet. The another assumption of the accounting is the going concern assumption. Why don't accountants change the recorded amount of the asset to correspond with change the market price for this property? As we just discussed before, that the amount you spend to acquire any assets, why it is not changed? Why we calculate on the basis of historical past? That's why there is a question. Why don't accountants or the financial manager change the recorded amount of the asset to correspond with the changing market price for this property? Definitely, the assets you purchased 10 years before must have a different value today. So why you are not changing in the book of account? Let's find the answer. One reason is that assets like land, buildings are being used to house or making a business houses and were acquired for use and not for resale, right? Mostly business who purchase the big assets, they have an intention to use it for business purpose, not for the sale. These assets usually could not be sold without distributing. The balance sheet of this business is prepared on assumption that business is continue as a enterprises or it will be a going concern. Consequently, the present estimation of price at which the asset like land and building could be sold are less important than if these property were intended to sell. These are frequently among the target amount of the company assets that determine enterprise is a going concern by required judgment of accountant. We have an assumption in the accounting. Whatever assets we purchase are big assets, big machines, land, building, or any big investment is not purchased for the intention of resale, but it will put to use for a long term. That's why we consider there is a certain lifetime of the assets. The objectivity principles. Another reason for using the cost rather than current market value is accounting for many assets is the need of definite actual basis of valuation. The cost of the land, building and many other assets that have been purchased can be definitely determined. Accountants use the term objective to describe asset valuations that are factual and can be verified by independent experts. For example, if land is shown on the balance sheet at cost, a certified professional accountant or any accountant who perform an audit of the business would be able to find objective evidence that the land was actually measured at the cost incurred in acquiring it. On the other hand, estimated value or the estimated market value for the assets such as building and specialized machinery are not factual or objective. Market value are constantly changing, and estimate of the price at which assets could be sold are largely a matter of a judgment. At the time of asset is acquired, the cost of the market are usually the same. And with the passage of time, however, the current market value of the asset is likely to be differ considerably from its historical cost. So, as you will learn, for some of the asset, we adjust the amount in the balance sheet as the value change. For other asset, we retain historical cost as the basis of the asset of balance sheet. This is the exercise you have to do by yourself. First, assume you have owned your house or home for 10 years and need to report the value of your home to the city assessor for real estate tax assessment purpose. What information would you provide? Second, assume you are planning to sell your home. What type of information would you provide to potential buyers? What ethical issue arise in these two situations that our objectivity principles help address? This is the homework for you. You will finish it and let me know.